Hello, vinyl community. This is Mike with TCAT's Deep Vinyl Tracks. I'm just going to do a quick video today. First off, I'm going to show you a few CDs that I've picked up over the last week or so. No new vinyl today, but there go the cats again. But I will show some vinyl to kind of coincide with Ben Rankin's 5x10 thread, where he wants you to show some albums from recent years, like 2023 down to 2017, I think it is, or something like that. Anyway, go check out his videos to see. It's not going to follow his rules exactly because I don't have records that were released for those particular years for recent bands, but I do have some released through various years from 2018 to 2021 or something like that anyway. So I'll try to do a response to that thread in a way. So first of all, show you some CDs I found. These are all CDs from Goodwill, so they're all, you know, anywhere from $1 to $3. This first one is called Jam Nation. This is a band with kind of a collective, and this album is called Way Down Below Buffalo Hill. This is on the Real World label. Of course, Peter Gabriel records on this label and has brought several different artists in, signed them up to this label. So typically, see, there's the Real World logo. Typically, they're artists from Alaska. Yeah, foreign countries, you know, Africa, things like that don't get very much exposure in North America as much, so he signs them to his label. This is a Warner Brothers sampler disc for Canada. There's a lot of different artists on here, like the Tom Tom Club, Superbad, Jimmy Dale Gilmore from Flatlanders, Simply Red, Tracy Chapman, Nada Surf, a lot of different artists on that. This CD from Sloan, One Chord or Another, great Canadian band, and picking up anything I see from them just to get a little more familiar with their music. For blues, they got the best of John Lee Hooker. This a great collection of songs by him. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer is on here. Shake It Baby, The Motor City is Burning, I'm in the Mood, Never Get Out of These Blues Alive. A lot of different tracks. Looks like 16 in all. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, sorry about that. But love John Lee Hooker. Got this box set. This one was $5, but it looks like really interesting collection. 4 CDs in this. It's the great vocal groups. You have the Temptations, the Platters, the Drifters, and the Four Tops. And there are over 60 sensational songs, it says. And you get to see that they've got all the hits on there. And also got this other box set with 4 CDs. This one's quite a bit compilation, but it's quite a bit different. It's from Sony Classical, great performances from 1903 to 1988. There you see the hype sticker for it. It's mostly classical music, and it goes through different decades, different periods of time in those years, and the different ways that music was recorded. So it looks at things a little bit differently. There's two of the CDs. There's the other two. And it's got everything on there from Bach to Bartok to Philip Glass to Joe Jackson. Yes, Joe Jackson has done classical music. You've got Ravel, Debussy, just all periods just mixed in throughout. So it's arranged not necessarily by types of classical music, but by the way the music was recorded. So interesting collection. And there's that. Got this EP from Iggy Pop, Wild America. There's a warning sticker on there. Contains language that may offend. So if you're offended, I'm sorry, but there it is. Soundtrack by Tangerine Dream, Luminous Visions. This contains some new material, but it also contains some remixed material. I think this one was released, I don't see a date on it, but around 1998 or something like that. And we've got Calexico, love Calexico, great band. This one's called Garden Ruin. Love Calexico's music. If you haven't heard them, I highly recommend you give them a listen. And last of all, The Cure, Disintegration. And that's it for new CDs. So like I said earlier, Ben Rankin is doing a thread. Wants us to show some newer bands, not the older bands, but newer bands, and great music that we love from them. There's so many great new bands out there that tend to get ignored because a lot of people say, oh, they didn't make any great music past such and such a year and all that. There's so much great music out there. You should never cut your collection short at a certain year, because you can always find great music. Here's one. Well, I've got a couple from 2021. This one is Brittany Howard Jamie. Great album by her. She is the lead singer for Alabama Shakes, and great music. Love her sound. In this one, she doesn't do the typical Alabama Shakes style. There is some of that on here. Most of it has to do with kind of a neo-soul, I guess is what they call it. Just a new style of R&B, new style of soul music, and even goes into a little bit of noise rock and things like that. Just a great variety on this album, and she does an excellent job at all of it. Another band that people should be paying more attention to is the Lumineers. This is the album Cleopatra, and this one also comes from 2021. Another great album. They've got several great albums out there. It's kind of that indie folk sound. Just great music. If you love that style of music, I highly recommend the Lumineers. And here's another one. This one comes from also from 2021. The band Fovea Hex. This is a great band, kind of a folkish sound, I guess. Neo-folk more than anything. They've got several albums out. One of the best albums is called The Salt Garden, and it's been originally released over 3 or 4 different EPs, but then they released an album that collected them all together. This particular one is some of those songs being remixed into some longer tracks and remixed by Steven Wilson. Fovea Hex is just a beautiful music. The lead singer has such a great voice and very calming. And this music with Steven Wilson involved goes more into minimalistic style. You did get to hear her vocals throughout, but not as much as on her regular albums. But you should be checking Fovea Hex out. This one's probably a little more experimental because of Steven Wilson's remixes, but any of her other albums I think would be quite accessible. Here's one I show a lot, and I can't believe that people just haven't bought it as much. It's a great album. I really love it. It's the Jones Sisters. The Jones Sisters are not necessarily sisters. They're actually a collective, and they made the music for the band Perpetual Grace Limited. This came out on Record Store Day, this album, and it's got some excellent tracks on it. I just love the music on this particular album. You can have a look at the band members, the regular band members. Great stuff, highly recommended. You should at least go stream their music. The Jones Sisters, listen to some of the tracks. It ranges anywhere from alternative to neo country. Just great stuff, and I really love this album. That one's from 2020, and this one is from 2018. Another band that I absolutely love, highly recommend, and that is the Low Anthem. Again, an indie folk band. A lot of times they do like lo-fi style recordings, but lo-fi doesn't necessarily mean that it sounds bad. It just means that it has the more authentic sound to it. This particular recording is just wonderful, and they've got other great albums. I'd like to put some tracks on this, some needle drops, but unfortunately they would get stopped by the Trademark Association. Patent problems. So I'll do maybe a needle drop or two from one of their older albums so you can get an idea of what they sound like. But the Low Anthem is definitely a band that you should check out. All right, thank you very much for watching, and we will talk to you later.
Sometimes I wish I was in the sea. Then I would dive and swim and gleam and shimmer, wave after wave. The sweetest little hands were at my feet. I turned around and I fell into called
So here's a song for my old lady. Can I sing for you one more time? If I'm worth the warmth of mercy and your old man don't mind.
nature
Lost my love before her time. Ooh. Lost my love before her time. Ooh. On the way to Ohio. On the way to Ohio. No, I will not play forever. So why would I play for keeps? Don't play for keeps. You are only for a while.
Set the sails, I feel the winds are stirring towards the bright horizon. Sail away, cast your reckless dreams upon our Mayflower, a haven from the world and her decay. God caged the songbird before the feathers run brown. God barred the windows that we may the lullaby sound. And this island shall be shackled to her waters. Here we